Today we're going to go at East Ham on the district line today, guys.
Hang on, ain't I supposed to say that? Right, Archie's gone to Kids Space today, so I've reluctantly got Alfie out with me today. He's not happy. I had to bribe him with a KFC, which I'm sure will make the blow that much softer, but we have to go to CEX today. So yeah, we're going to head down to the East Ham branch just for a quick run. Again, they've got a couple of games that I've seen on the website that apparently are in stock. One of them I've tried 3 or 4 branches now and the cover's been stolen in every one I've gone to. So yeah, we're going to hopefully for third, fourth, fifth time lucky. Let's see what we can get down there. See you later. Right, so as we get down there today, there's more than just CEX. So there's a Sports Direct just outside the station. So I thought, whilst here, let's go and check out the game section. It's something I tend to do now because they do seem to vary from shop to shop. The Romford one is pretty good, which is my local. Now I'm in East Ham today, and I must say the game section in there is really pathetic. You've got the mainstream titles that you can see here on the camera, and look at the prices of some of these games. This is where they're going wrong. Game as a company. You know, £70 for Spider-Man 2. £60 for the new Resident Evil. It's out there in CEX for £35. There was not even the usual selection of where you can get 3 for 2, which is a bit of a godsend for game where you can pick up some good bargains there. Give them their due. They've got some control pads and all that sort of stuff. That's fine, but I like that Kirby pad, to be fair, but I'm not into buying the wired control pads. Otherwise, if that was wireless, I think I would buy it. But yeah, I know how you feel, buddy. Being in here all day would send me to sleep. Now, I do like these little machines, they're really cool, but again, £35? No, not for me. Now, we know they've got toys in game now, but something looks very, very wrong about the way that this toy is structured. I'll let you think about it. So, down the high street as well, we've got this shop, I guess you can call it iGame. The last time I went there, it was quite bare on stock. This time around, it's really, really good. I mean, look, there's some really rare PS2 stuff in here you can see, and yeah, it's priced appropriately. No bargains here. Well, not in this glass cabinet anyway. But definitely some good stuff, some rare stuff. Not sure why Kung Fu Panda is £15 just because it's sealed. Grand Theft Auto, I think that's £12 in CEX. Dino Crisis, £25 on the PS1, not bad. They've got a copy just up here, which you'll see shortly, that they class as mint, and that's £40. The £25 one looks okay to me. There you go. But yeah, as you can see, like, I've never filmed in here before because it was always a bit of an afterthought when I came down here, but today the stock's really good. They've got tons of loose stuff. Quite a nice Game Boy there, a little bit overpriced I think at 85, but I don't think CEX sell it that much different. You know, look at that Castlevania there, absolutely mint. Makes me think, is it a repro? You've got to have your doubts, haven't you? Because that looks so clean. These control pads don't look too bad, wired for £10, £20 the N64 one there. That looks quite nice. Look at that, a copy of Elite. For those that remember, on the 16-bit micros, and the 8-bit I believe. Got some nice Xbox control pads. I do really like the Xbox control pads over the PS5s. The designs tend to be a lot better. And I think I prefer the Xbox controller in general. Loads of loose DS games here, various prices I think. And quite a few Mega Drive games, and always nice to see a good selection of Master System games there. Master System was really popular in my area, so I'm not surprised that them games are still lurking in and around the area that I grew up in. Good Switch selection. They always did have a good Switch selection, even when I went there before. I like that Ninja Gaiden collection, but I'm reluctant to pay that price. A good selection of rare sort of RPGs as well. Not my cup of tea, unfortunately, otherwise I really would have been quite excited. But yeah, some of the games that you don't see on the shelf of your average CEX, and definitely not on the shelf of Game, as we just saw in the area. I mean, all the games here are priced pretty much how they should be. There's no real bargains when it comes to the Switch, and you know, that goes for most shops really that sell Switch titles. An absolute shed load here of DS titles, and nothing that interests me. We have a DS, we don't really play it. You know, it's there just for Mario and things like that, and for a couple of the boys to do the voice sample changes. That's about it. A fairly decent GameCube collection. The guy was telling me that owns the shop that he's got a few more out the back. I wasn't really interested today, if I'm honest. I'm not collecting it for the GameCube. If I see a game I like, I will buy it because it will work on the Wii. Decent selection of Vita games there, and then we move on to the PSP. Something I'm trying not to collect for. I've got one and I'm trying to hold back. Solid selection of the PlayStation 4 stuff. Again, I don't really buy for the PlayStation 4 these days, not as much as I used to. Some OG Xbox stuff as well. This is what I mean. The last time I was in this shop, they didn't have this variety of games for these systems. And they've got an absolute shed load in now. So it's definitely a shop that I'm going to be visiting a lot more often moving forward. Same with the 360. Now I am collecting for the 360. So I had a good look through here today. See if there was anything that caught my eye. You'll have to see. I'll be doing a pickups video of all my recent pickups since just after Christmas. That'll be probably my next video after this. Now I want that Robocop. I asked the bloke if he was willing to haggle on it, but he laughed at me. You've got to try. That Gungrave interests me, but I think it's on Game Pass. Now this is what I was quite pleased to see. A really nice selection of PS2 games here, and a hell of a lot of them was in really, really good condition. Unfortunately, one of the games I picked up today was it Mega Man X7. It was £10 in this shop, and that's £2 cheaper than CEX currently. Some pretty good PS1 games there. Not something I'm collecting for because I don't like the fact that the cases, you know, they get cracked, and I don't really have the space for it. Finally, we hit the main purpose of the visit, which is the East Ham branch of CEX. A Neo Geo Pocket. Boxed. That's really did shock me for this particular branch. Anyway, I was talking about that Mega Man X, and when the guy brought it out, He wasn't happy to sell it to me. He showed me it and the disc wasn't in great condition, which fair play, I'll give him credit on that one. Now I have no idea what them joysticks were. They look like flight simulator things. Really nice Xbox controller there. I love those colours, that colour scheme. Steam Deck seem to have, every store seems to have one Steam Deck in stock, as far as I can see. I'm loving these two PlayStation 5 controllers. I like the pink one, pretty much because it kind of represents the same sort of pink that my favourite wrestler from the 90s had, which was Bret Hart, if you hadn't already guessed. Now unfortunately I really want one of these Game Boy Advances, but every time you see one out, the tops are scratched. Here's one for Retro Ed, if you're watching. Big fan of the Game & Watch. Hefty price though. But then we go up to the lonely Xbox Cabinet of Doom. Every shop has got one, haven't they? Where there's just unwanted Xboxes and unwanted PlayStations. Onto the PS2. Not a bad selection in all honesty. Definitely a couple of pieces I'll be picking up from here today. There was one game I've been looking for ages, and I purchased it last night on Vinted, probably for there or thereabouts the same price, and it was here today, which was Maximo. Another game that I sold ages ago, but I wanted to get back in the collection. So yeah, I think I pulled the trigger a bit too quick on that one. X Squad. I think that might have been the first game I bought on my PlayStation 2, apart from the day that I actually purchased it. When did this Ninja Gaiden go up in price like that? I thought they was normally like fodder at £2-3. Is there a reason why that particular one is more expensive? So I'm keeping an eye on all these prices because I've been talking to a couple of the staff at some of the CEXs that I visit, and they've told me that there will be a change in the way they price their items, and that's coming, I think it's in the next 2 to 3 days, and that's all to do with the way that they're now doing manuals in the complete in box on their website, that sort of stuff. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. The staff don't know a great deal, or they're not letting on, but they did tell me there's going to be changes. Nothing I saw on the PS3 today that I really wanted. So flipping through the Wii section, there was a particular Wii game that I came down here to get, so I was hoping that, you know, it hadn't either been sold or that somebody had stolen the cover. I've had that so much, unfortunately, recently when I've come out for particular games, and it's frustrating. What Wii game did I pick up today? Well, you'll soon see in the pickups video, so yeah, make sure you check that one out. It's going to be quite a hefty video. Onto the GameCube. Your usual suspects here, nothing that I really wanted. Although, not sure what that DVD box set of Lord of the Rings is doing there. It's True Crime there. I want to get it on the PS2. It wasn't there today. Then we head to the 360 section, which is where one game was that I particularly wanted. Now this Street Fighter versus Tekken, I recently sold this to them for £8, £7-8 credit, It's gone down to £3, so I'm thinking about bringing that back into the collection. It was one of them reluctant sales. I don't know why I sold it. So as we're looking around, we get to L, which is for Lollipop Chainsaw. And yes, again, somebody appears to have stolen the cover. I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet on this one and order it online. It might be the only way I get to use my vouchers in purchasing it, because this is the 4th branch I think now that I've gone to, whereas the game is there and the cover is gone. They still have a huge selection of Xbox stuff down here. Practically any title you want except Lollipop Chainsaw could probably be found here today. So all in all, not a bad trip today. Made acquaintances with the owner of iGame, which was nice. Didn't pick up any Switch stuff, wasn't anything I really wanted, but brought home about 4 or 5 games today. Couple of them was on the list, couple of impulse buys, but yeah, all in all, not a bad day hunting. Not the best, most definitely not the worst. And with that in mind, I think I've got to treat Alfie now, haven't I? Yep, on our way to KFC. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.